All right, let's kick off another deep dive. And today we are looking at how AI is impacting the graphic design world.
Hmm.
Specifically, we're going to be talking about ChatGPT.
Oh, very cool.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a text thing?
Right.
Turns out this tool can be a huge asset for visual creatives, too.
Yeah, for sure.
And our guide for this deep dive is a blog post by Steves Jr.,
Yep.
who's a graphic designer who published some really interesting thoughts about this on January 23, 2025.
It's really fascinating to see how a tool that was, designed for language can be so versatile.
Yeah.
Junior makes a very compelling case for ChatGPT as like a creative partner for graphic designers.
Okay, so let's jump into it. One of the biggest things that Junior talks about is using ChatGPT for generating ideas.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, we all get stuck sometimes, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Even the best designers hit those creative roadblocks.
For sure.
How do you think ChatGPT can help overcome those blocks?
Well, I think what's really interesting here is how ChatGPT can help overcome those blocks, not by replacing the designer's vision, but by acting as a sort of springboard.
Oh, okay.
So like imagine you're working on a logo that needs to convey a sense of modernity and confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You could literally ask ChatGPT, give me 5 concepts for a logo that transmits modernity and confidence.
Wait, so you're telling me I could just type that in and it will spit out actual logo concept?
That's right. It will analyze current trends, design principles, and even the semantics of the words you use to generate a range of visual ideas. It might suggest geometric shapes, a bold color palette, or like specific font pairings.
That's pretty incredible. It's like having a brainstorming partner that's always up to date on all the latest design trends.
Right.
But how does it know what modernity or confidence even looks like in a visual sense?
Well, ChatGPT has been trained on a massive data set of text and code, and that includes a huge amount of visual data as well. So it's able to connect those abstract concepts to visual elements through pattern recognition and analysis of like design trends and principles.
So it's not just copying existing designs, it's
Yeah.
actually understanding the underlying principles and applying them in new ways.
Exactly, and that's where the real magic happens. It can offer suggestions that you might never have thought of on your own, leading to more innovative and unique designs.
Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing. So besides helping with those initial ideas, Junior also talks about using ChatGPT to kind of streamline workflow.
Yes,
And time is money, especially for freelance designers, right?
absolutely.
So tell me about that.
Well, think about all those tedious tasks that eat up a designer's time, like writing project descriptions, creating presentations, even summarizing client feedback. ChatGPT can handle a lot of that.
So instead of spending hours writing up a project brief, I can just ask ChatGPT to do it for me.
You can. You can literally say, create a briefing for a rebranding project for a sustainable e-commerce store. And it would generate a detailed outline covering the project scope, target audience, key design considerations, and more.
That would save so much time. I could focus on the actual design work instead of getting bogged down in all that paperwork.
Right.
But let's talk about the fun part,
Okay.
the visuals.
Yeah.
Junior mentions how ChatGPT can even help with colors and styles, which is something that every designer obsesses over.
Oh, for sure.
So tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, think of it this way. You're working on a website design, and you want to convey a sense of innovation and elegance.
Mm-hmm.
But there are literally millions of color combinations out there.
Right.
How do you choose the right one?
That's where I usually end up just spiraling down a Pinterest rabbit hole for hours.
Exactly.
And
But with ChatGPT, you could simply ask, what are the best color combinations to convey innovation and elegance?
it would give me actual suggestions.
It would.
Yeah.
And not just random combinations. It would tap into its knowledge of color theory, psychology, and current design trends to suggest palettes that are likely to evoke those specific feelings. It might even explain why certain colors work well together.
Okay. That's way more helpful than just browsing through color palettes online. It's like having a color consultant built right into the tool.
Exactly.
So ChatGPT can help generate ideas, write briefs, and suggest color palettes. Is there anything this thing can't do?
Well, it can't replace the human element of design, but it can certainly enhance it.
Right, because ultimately it's still up to the designer to take those suggestions and turn them into a cohesive and effective design.
Absolutely.
This is all incredibly interesting, and I'm curious to see how this will impact graphic designers in the long run.
Yeah, me too.
But we'll save that conversation for the next part of our deep dive.
Okay, sounds good.
Welcome back. We've been talking about how ChatGPT is making waves in the graphic design world. It's amazing how this AI tool can spark ideas, write project briefs, and even suggest color palettes.
It is.
But now I'm really curious about the bigger picture, as Steve's Jr. brings up a really thought-provoking question in his blog post.
Mm-hmm.
How will the increasing use of AI tools like ChatGPT change the role of the graphic designer in the future?
That's the question that I think is on a lot of designers' minds right now.
Yeah.
And, some might worry that AI is coming for their jobs.
Yeah.
But I think it's a bit more nuanced than that.
Okay.
Just like photography didn't replace painting. AI tools like ChatGPT aren't here to replace graphic designers.
Okay.
Instead, they're likely to change the way designers work, requiring them to adapt and evolve their skill set.
So it's less about like robots taking over
Right.
and more about designers learning to work alongside these powerful new tools?
Exactly. Think of it as a collaboration.
Okay.
ChatGPT can handle those repetitive, time-consuming tasks, freeing up designers to focus on the higher-level aspects of design, the strategic thinking, the creative problem-solving, the emotional connection with the audience.
So those uniquely human aspects of design become even more important in an AI-powered world.
Absolutely. The ability to understand a client's vision, to translate their needs into a compelling visual language, to tell a story through design, those are the skills that will set designers apart in the future.
Yeah.
ChatGPT can be an incredible assistant, but it can't replicate that human touch.
Right. It's like ChatGPT can give you a bunch of building blocks,
Yeah.
but it's still up to the designer to assemble them into something beautiful and meaningful.
Exactly.
So what does this mean for aspiring designers or those already working in the field?
Right.
What kind of skills should they be focusing on to thrive in this new landscape?
Well, first and foremost, strong conceptual thinking skills will be more important than ever. Being able to analyze a problem, understand the target audience, and come up with creative solutions, that's where human designers will really shine.
Okay.
ChatGPT can help generate ideas, but it's the designer who needs to shape those ideas into a cohesive and effective strategy.
So designers need to be great storytellers, even with AI tools at their disposal.
Precisely. And that leads us to the second key skill, visual communication. Knowing how to use color, typography, composition, and other design elements to create visually stunning and impactful work, that's what will differentiate good designers from great ones.
Because even if AI can generate a layout, it takes a trained eye to refine it, to make sure it's balanced and engaging and communicates the message effectively.
Exactly. And third, adaptability and a willingness to learn will be crucial. The world of design is constantly changing, and AI is only accelerating that pace. Designers who are open to experimenting with new tools, learning new techniques, and constantly pushing their creative boundaries will be the ones who thrive.
So it's not enough to just master the tools and techniques you learned in design school.
Right.
You need to be a lifelong learner,
Yeah,
always staying curious and adapting to the ever-evolving landscape.
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I think this is actually a very exciting time to be a graphic designer.
Yeah.
We have these incredibly powerful new tools at our fingertips, and it's up to us to explore their potential and figure out how to integrate them into our creative process.
It feels like we're on the verge of a new era in graphic design where AI and human creativity come together to create something truly extraordinary.
I agree.
But we've been talking a lot about the individual designer. What about the bigger picture? How might AI tools like ChatGPT impact the design industry as a whole?
That's where things get really interesting. We could see a surge in hyper-personalized marketing campaigns, where designs are tailored to individual preferences in real time.
Okay.
Imagine receiving a website banner that speaks directly to your interests,
Wow.
or a product brochure that showcases exactly what you're looking for.
No more generic ads that feel like they're shouting at everyone and no one at the same time.
Exactly.
That would be amazing.
AI could also enable designers to create more immersive and interactive experiences.
Okay.
Think about websites that adapt to your browsing habits, apps
Yeah.
that respond to your emotions, or even packaging that tells a unique story based on your interaction with it.
Okay, no, that's just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It feels like we're stepping into a whole new dimension of design.
For sure.
And with these advancements, I imagine there will be new opportunities for designers to specialize and carve out niches within the field.
Absolutely. We might see designers who focus specifically on AI-powered design, creating algorithms and tools that push the boundaries of what's possible. Or designers who specialize in creating highly personalized experiences that cater to individual preferences.
So not just using AI, but actually shaping its development for design purposes.
Right.
That's incredibly exciting.
Yeah.
But with all these changes happening, I can't help but wonder, what does this mean for the future of graphic design as a profession?
That's a complex question.
Yeah.
And I think it's one that we'll continue to grapple with as AI becomes more sophisticated and integrated into our lives.
Yeah.
But I do believe that the role of the graphic designer will always be important, even in an AI-driven world.
Because ultimately it's about more than just creating visually appealing designs.
Yeah,
It's about understanding human needs, solving problems, and communicating effectively through the power of visuals.
exactly.
Yeah.
And those are skills that will always be in demand, regardless of how advanced technology becomes.
This has been a fascinating discussion, and I'm really starting to see the potential of AI to transform the world of graphic design.
Me too.
But before we wrap things up, I'm curious to hear your final thoughts.
Okay.
What's one key takeaway that you hope our listeners will walk away with today?
Here's something to ponder. If AI can handle the technical aspects of design, what does that free us up to do? How can we use this newfound freedom to push the boundaries of creativity, to solve complex problems, and to create designs that make a real impact on the world?
That's a fantastic question to leave our listeners with. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of ChatGPT and graphic design. We'll be back soon with another fascinating topic. Until then, keep exploring and keep creating.
Okay, we're back, and wow, I don't know about you, but my head is spinning a little bit.
Yeah.
We've been talking about how AI, specifically ChatGPT, is changing the game for graphic designers. It's a lot to take in.
It really is. I mean, we've gone from generating logo ideas with just a simple prompt to like envisioning a future where AI is deeply intertwined with the entire design process. Yeah, and it's not just about making things easier for designers, though that's definitely a huge plus.
Right.
It's also about unlocking like a whole new level of creativity and innovation. You're talking the last part about the potential for hyper-personalization and immersive experiences.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where every single design element is tailored to the individual, creating a truly unique and engaging experience for everybody.
And think about the impact that could have on branding and marketing. No more generic campaigns that are just trying to appeal to everyone and end up resonating with no one.
Right.
With AI, we can create designs that speak directly to the needs and desires of each individual consumer.
That's incredibly powerful. It's like taking the concept of targeted advertising to a whole new level. But instead of just targeting demographics, we're targeting individual preferences and behaviors.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just marketing.
Okay.
Imagine walking into a store and the signage dynamically changes based on like your past purchases or your expressed interest. Or visiting a website that adapts its layout and content based on your browsing history and your preferences.
Okay, now I'm picturing a world where everything is personalized, from the clothes I wear to the websites I visit.
Right.
It's a bit overwhelming, but also kind of exciting.
Yeah.
It feels like we're on the cusp of a design revolution.
We are, and it's a revolution that's being fueled by this like convergence of creativity and technology. As AI becomes more sophisticated, designers are going to need to embrace these new tools and learn how to leverage their power to create truly innovative and impactful work.
So that brings us back to that big question.
Yeah.
What does this mean for the future of the graphic designer? Are we all going to be replaced by robots?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe the role of the graphic designer will become even more important in the future.
Okay.
We will be the ones who guide the development of AI tools, ensuring they are used ethically and creatively. We will be the ones who bridge the gap between technology and human experience, translating complex data into compelling visuals that resonate with people on an emotional level.
So we're not just users of AI, we're also its shapers and its interpreters.
Exactly. And that requires a unique set of skills, a blend of artistic talent, technological fluency, and a deep understanding of human psychology.
It sounds like the future of graphic design is all about collaboration between humans and machines, between creativity and technology.
That's a great way to put it. And I think that collaboration has the potential to unlock a whole new world of possibilities for design, leading to experiences that are more personalized, more engaging, and more impactful than ever before.
I'm really excited to see where this all leads. It feels like we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with AI and graphic design.
Me too. And I think the designers who will thrive in this new era will be the ones who are curious, adaptable, and always willing to learn and experiment.
So the key takeaway here is to embrace the change, stay curious, and never stop exploring the boundaries of creativity. This has been a really incredible deep dive into the world of ChatGPT and graphic design. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Until next time, keep those creative